So Ryan Delaney, firstly, how disappointing was Saturday's defeat?
Frustrating. I think large bits of the game we were right in the mix of it, and I think probably like towards the end of the game we were really pushing to get the winning goal and kind of keep momentum from the week before, but we left ourselves open and got caught on the break.
Yeah, what do you think went wrong? That's what it was, pushing maybe a bit too hard with hindsight.
Yeah, I think like we've got to be positive and obviously look to win games, and sometimes that can come back to bite you. We got caught in the break and just unlucky on the day that it obviously fell to their player in the box and they scored, and it was a real sucker punch for us.
You talked about momentum. That's probably the most disappointing thing of all, isn't it? There's a couple of good wins, one in the Cup and also the league beforehand. How do you get that back again?
Sometimes you just got to clear your mind and obviously go into it. We've got a fresh week now, a full week of training before the game against Accrington on Saturday, and you kind of have to go into it with a clear mindset of the task at hand. And obviously over the weekend everyone would have been really frustrated, obviously at home and stuff like that, but when it comes to Monday and Tuesday, you just got to put your head back into it. There's another game to focus on, and we can't really wallow on past results when there's so many points to play for in the future.
So in this situation, is it good to have a week between games, do you think?
Me personally, I'd probably rather have a game on Tuesday, because you have no time to think about what's just happened. Obviously you've got to really kind of like click onto the next game, but we've got a week to prepare to probably put mistakes that we've done in the last probably few games to one side and kind of work on that, and kind of go into the game on Saturday with a positive mindset and kind of clear goals on what we want to achieve and like get the outcome of winning the game on Saturday.
Do you see improvement from the start of the season? Because there were those two good results beforehand.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think everyone, even from the outside, are seeing that. Us in the dressing room, obviously, I think we've always believed it. We've seen it, obviously, from day one on a day-to-day basis. So it's easier for us to see a lot. Like, it can be difficult for people on the outside sometimes because they can only see on a Saturday. But everyone works so hard on a day-to-day basis that it's only a matter of time before we pick up results. And it has to start on Saturday.
Yeah, and is it good that it's a Lancashire derby away at Accrington at the weekend?
Yeah, of course. It builds, brings extra pressure, but pressure is what obviously we want to play for. Accies it's a unique ground, and obviously it's going to be a big game for both teams, and we've got to be right at it.
And they're also a really good example, aren't they, of a smaller club existing and sort of thriving at League One level.
Yeah, thriving. I think over the last couple of years since they've got promoted, obviously from League Two, they've done really well. And year on year they've kind of pushed on, and that's what we want to obviously work towards. This is second season in League One, and we want to kick on from last year.
Do you think another message you get from Accrington is sort of don't panic? Because often in most seasons they have bad spells and they're often hanging around the wrong end of the table, but they always put it right. Is that a message maybe that you need to learn as well?
Yeah, it's never going to be clean sailing. We're just going to have to ride the storms. There's going to be times where it's going to be difficult throughout the season, but there's obviously going to be times as well that we're going to have a positive run of games, and that's what you need to do. You need to have more positive runs of games than negative. I think we've got the quality of players to do so, and it's just a matter of putting it right on a Saturday and a fifth game on Tuesdays.
And it's likely to be a large travelling support for Accrington. What difference will that make?
Yeah, the big games and the large attendances are what we thrive under, I think. So it's going to be an exciting day.
So 10 league games in, what's your message to those fans?
Stick with us. Obviously, some of the results haven't gone to plan. We don't have as many points as we want to have, but I think there's a clear path or a clear growth to what this squad is achieving. I think as a whole squad, not just an 11. And we really push each other on a day-to-day basis, and we want to do well for this football club and ourselves. So we're all striving in the one direction and want to push on.